The story begins in the year 2046 of the Blue Star calendar. A holographic simulation system called Apocalypse suddenly appears globally, captivating everyone from the highest officials to ordinary citizens. Next, we see a wealthy man celebrating his success within the game, showcasing the game's lucrative potential. Meanwhile, the stark reality of the game's impact is shown through the plight of a man whose building has collapsed into a bottomless chasm, highlighting the devastating consequences for some. Then, the Apocalypse system unexpectedly invades reality. Heretics from the game descend, unleashing demons led by a terrifying death god, wreaking havoc and destruction upon the world. The narrative shifts to show a wounded protagonist, his leg bearing the scars of battle. Despite his injuries, the central character shows determination. This lead character is resolved to fight to the death, facing an overwhelming threat. The protagonist, wielding a staff, confronts the formidable death god. The ensuing battle is intense, depicted through dynamic action sequences. The protagonist's fierce struggle for survival against the death god's immense power fills the scene. In a desperate struggle, the protagonist is severely injured by the death god's attack. Through a powerful surge of energy, he channels a force that represents the defiance of humanity against the encroaching darkness. The scene then changes, showing the protagonist, Mu Shen, in his seemingly ordinary life. He's jolted by an unexpected event amidst the normalcy of taking an exam in his classroom. Back in his room, an urgent moment ensues. He is confronted by his enraged teacher about his interruption of class. The teacher's anger highlights the protagonist's disregard for the exam during a crucial event. As the teacher continues his reprimand, Mu Shen reveals his apathy towards the exam, stating his intent to fully engage in the upcoming Apocalypse game. His words signal a shift in priorities, emphasizing the manhwa's focus on the virtual world invasion. The story briefly jumps forward to a moment shortly before the game's release and displays the growing immersion into the game's world over the years. Everyone, from everyday citizens to national figures, is engaged in Apocalypse. The scene shifts back to a glimpse of the game's in-game market, depicting the sale of powerful in-game items for vast sums of money. High-level political dealings are seen as officials exchange rare game items, foreshadowing the power dynamics of the New World Order. The manhwa then reiterates the initial image showing the game's launch, setting the stage for what's to come. It then shows the protagonist observing the people immersed in the game from a detached perspective. The scene then shifts to a brutal battle, where military forces engage in a desperate fight against the invading demons. This illustrates the scale of the invasion and the catastrophic consequences of the system's breach into reality. The military's efforts are shown to be failing, leading to a massive casualty, further setting up the protagonist's importance. Despite the dire circumstances, the protagonist remains resolute. This panel showcases the internal strength and hope the lead character still possesses amidst the chaos and death around him. The story returns to Mu Shen's home, where he finds a letter from his parents, who have joined an exploration team. Their absence underscores Mu Shen's determination to survive on his own. He continues to display calmness, showcasing his resilience. At 11 a.m., the Apocalypse event begins, just like he suspected. The lead character's preparedness is evident. Mu Shen is shown obtaining the Apocalypse Ring, the key to his entrance to the game's world. The image emphasizes the pivotal moment. The ring activates, and a transformation ensues. Mu Shen is pulled into the virtual world through the power of the ring. As Mu Shen is transported into the virtual world, his body is enveloped in bright, swirling energy. Fully transformed, Mu Shen arrives in the digital world. The image showcases his entrance, ready to face the challenges that lie ahead. He finds himself before a wise-looking digital guide. This guide, a majestic old man, welcomes Mu Shen to the game's Azure Dragon server. The guide offers Mu Shen a selection of classes, granting the protagonist an important choice. The moment of class selection gives Mu Shen his unique abilities within the virtual world. Mu Shen chooses the mage class. His decision sets his path within the virtual world's power structure. The scene showcases Mu Shen's initial stats in the game. The new mage class is not what he had expected, being a money-burning mage. He is shocked at the news, and this unexpected outcome sets up potential future challenges. The visual representation again highlights his arrival in the game's world. The moment portrays Mu Shen's disbelief at the revelation about the money-burning mage class. Details about Mu Shen's initial equipment are revealed. A Grim Reaper's handbone. Its description hints at a darker side of the game and the protagonist's potential for great power. Again, Mu Shen's digital transformation showcases his entrance to the virtual world. The digital effects enhance the otherworldly nature of his arrival. Mu Shen is shown reappearing in the game's world, having fully emerged in his new class. His arrival sets the stage for his first encounter. His new digital form is shown once again. He is given a title, Fastest Man, highlighting his newfound abilities within the virtual world. The title sets the pace for what is to come. His speed is showcased as he encounters a group of wild boars in the game. The illustration emphasizes the speed of his new title. Using his newfound speed and abilities, Mu Shen quickly eliminates a boar. His battle depicts the power of his mage class. He successfully avoids the attacks of several boars using his newly acquired speed. His quick movement showcases the practical use of his title, Fastest Man. The story shows a distressed female NPC being chased by a massive boar. The woman's desperate plea underscores the need for the lead character's intervention. The female NPC is again shown, highlighting her desperation as the monster continues to approach her. Mu Shen is shown with a gleeful expression, anticipating the interaction with the NPC. This reaction signifies the protagonist's underlying nature. The protagonist approaches the distressed female NPC, ready to save her. Next, Shalwa collapses near a large, shadowy beast, its silhouette menacing. Shalwa, now resting, engages in a conversation with the dark-cloaked male protagonist. She seems shaken but relieved to have found someone who appears to be willing to help her. The protagonist's calm demeanor and the serene forest setting provide some contrast to the earlier action. The protagonist approaches Shalwa, his gaze focused intently on her. He's scrutinizing her injuries. A red grid pattern is visible on her body, indicating a possible magical effect or condition. We're then shown a game-like status screen displaying Shalwa's stats. Enchanted Shalwa, her health, power, and defense levels are relatively low. Description hints at the need for assistance. Suddenly, Shalwa undergoes a startling transformation, her eyes glowing, teeth sharpening, and dark energy coursing through her. Her appearance reveals that she has been demonized in some manner, likely by the earlier assailant. She's now a clear antagonist. Mu Shen faces a transformed, menacing Shalwa, their confrontation about to begin. Shalwa attacks with great speed, narrowly avoided by the male lead character who is shown dodging with agility. The beast shows extreme power, its angry eyes glowing as it charges towards Shalwa. Mu Shen's skill is displayed, and Shalwa is shown fighting back against the massive creature with her magic, trying to overcome it. Shalwa is again shown injured, her body and clothes are tattered and burnt after her fight. The male protagonist runs, dodging and weaseling his way through the fight and away from Shalwa's deadly attacks. This emphasizes the action and danger inherent in the scene. A fireball spell is shown launching from the protagonist's staff at Shalwa. This displays the Mu Shen's power and the introduction of magic into the fight. Shalwa is shown being hit by the protagonist's attack, resulting in a large explosion. Mu Shen reacts to the effectiveness of his attack with apparent surprise. He appears slightly flustered by Shalwa's powerful magic, while Shalwa is shown to be seriously hurt. An overhead view depicts the battle's trajectory. Shalwa fleeing, taking damage, and the protagonist pursuing. The scale of the area showcases the extent of the fight, highlighting the intensity and rapid movement involved. Shalwa is shown finally defeated by the protagonist's attacks. This concludes the action sequence, showcasing the protagonist's victory. The final image clearly displays that he has defeated her. Mu Shen is then shown receiving a loot screen for defeating Shalwa. He seems satisfied with the outcome of the battle. The protagonist is seen checking his inventory, revealing the Grim Reaper's handbone item. This shows the game's mechanics and the reward gained from defeating Shalwa. A detailed game screen shows the Grim Reaper's handbone's stats and activation requirements. The item is currently inactive. This enhances the game aspects of the manhwa, highlighting the progression system within the story. The protagonist is shown to be surprised and somewhat overwhelmed by the activation requirements for the Grim Reaper's hand. The requirements being so high emphasizes the rarity of the item. Mu Shen helps Shalwa, supporting her as she struggles to stand. Despite the battle, the protagonist is shown to be showing her compassion. Shalwa is shown displaying her staff, expressing some distress, showing that she may need further assistance. Her distressed expression hints at the need for help. The protagonist then takes possession of Shalwa's staff. This indicates his intention to use her former staff, which appears to be a powerful weapon or magical item. A notification appears, confirming that the protagonist accepts the Guardian of Shalwa mission. Mu Shen then carries Shalwa on her back. This portrays a more relaxed and amicable relationship developing between the two characters. Mu Shen is seen in a busy town area, showcasing the setting and its inhabitants. The surrounding environment shows the bustling daily life within this world. Shalwa and our hero arrive in the village, happy that they've finally made it. Shalwa is introduced to the village chief, who seems to be her grandfather. Shalwa shares her happiness with the village chief, while the lead hero watches. The village chief and the protagonist begin to communicate. This sets up a potential quest or a request from the village chief. The village chief is shown munching on sunflower seeds, while the protagonist is shown thinking that the old man should give him the quest. This highlights the humorous aspect of the manhwa. The protagonist receives a new mission, Blood of the Undead, requiring him to defeat 30 demonized zombies and bring back dried blood. The village chief gives encouragement to the protagonist before sending him off on his new quest. This highlights the trusting relationship that has formed between the village chief and the protagonist. Mu Shen is shown embarking on a new quest, seeking out an alchemist for further assistance. The focus is on the protagonist's determination to complete the mission. Our hero arrives at the alchemy shop, ready to begin his next quest. A beautiful alchemist is introduced, and her confident demeanor hints at her skill and knowledge. The protagonist is seen observing the alchemist in her shop. This creates anticipation for their upcoming exchange. The alchemist and the protagonist have a brief interaction, with Mu Shen exhibiting a flirtatious demeanor. The protagonist is shown receiving a small package from the alchemist, his purchase likely for the quest's completion. The brief encounter adds to the manhwa's dynamic character interactions. Mu Shen is shown giving money to a blacksmith, showing his preparation for future quests. The protagonist is seen preparing his new equipment in a quiet spot. This marks his strategic preparation for upcoming challenges. Mu Shen then equips his new staff. The visual effect showcases the enhanced stats and magic capabilities. The protagonist shows his new staff with excitement. Its attributes are detailed. This highlights the rewards for his efforts. The protagonist's powerful magic staff is shown, emphasizing its powerful nature. Mu Shen celebrates his new staff in the start of the game, showing his playful side while preparing for battle. This lighthearted scene provides a break before the next challenge. The protagonist begins the quest, unleashing a powerful attack against multiple zombies. Our hero is shown in action, successfully destroying numerous zombies with his new staff. This indicates his ability to handle the challenge. The final words from the protagonist leave room for anticipation of upcoming events. A brief flashback shows the protagonist and other players in the real world, activating their game rings. This shows a crucial moment before the game starts, demonstrating their real-world interaction. The Mu Shen's interaction in chat shows his participation within the game's social elements. The protagonist is shown selling his wares, showcasing his adaptive skills. This adds to his character's resourcefulness. Mu Shen is shown as a chibi figure, showing that he's slightly disappointed. A shop banner is displayed, showing the Mu Shen's honest dealing. A female player is seen interacting with the protagonist's shop, showing potential business and interaction with others. The focus is on the protagonist's business in the game. Mu Shen is again shown to be thinking that his abilities are quite low. The protagonist observes the swords being sold. The details are quite clear. A female player, possibly a higher level player, approaches the protagonist. Mu Shen is shown to be fixated on the female player's legs, which emphasizes his human side and the comical nature of the story. The protagonist is seen in a close-up, showing a determined and focused expression. The beauty is shown to be popular with the other players. This shows the world building and the character interaction. The protagonist is once again shown as a chibi figure, highlighting his more comedic traits. This adds humor to the overall flow of the manhwa. The female player stares ahead, possibly looking at the protagonist. Mu Shen is surrounded by various items, suggesting his preparations. A female player comes to the protagonist's stall to make a purchase, adding more details to the storyline. Mu Shen engages in business negotiation with the female player. The protagonist is shown expressing happiness for selling items and gaining profits. This showcases his success and ambition in the game. The female player walks away from the protagonist, slightly frustrated that her experience is negative. The female player is shown being attacked by the unknown guild, highlighting an unexpected conflict. The visual detail portrays the power differential and the threat level. The scene showcases the protagonist's guild in action, battling with other players. This adds more layers to the social elements of the game world. The protagonist's guild defeats the other players. The Mu Shen's guild emerges victorious and the storyline continues with the protagonist's overall success. A female player is shown alongside a muscular male player, possibly an antagonist. This suggests a future conflict and a new challenge for the main character. The story continues with Ting Shuiwen, a striking female character, confronting a burly man known as Crazy War God. He's clearly angered by something she's said, his posture aggressive as he makes a dismissive gesture. Next, the scene changes to the central character, Mu Shen, a brooding young man with a thoughtful expression. His contemplative pose, hand to chin, suggests he's strategizing or planning something. Ting Shuiwen's worried face is shown next, clearly anxious about a situation. The scene shifts to Mu Shen, animated and gesturing, as he confronts Ting Shuiwen again. The confrontation escalates as Mu Shen tries to stop the angry Crazy War God from attacking Ting Shuiwen, with both of them shouting. Crazy War God is then forcibly pulled away by his companions. His enraged expression conveys his fury at being interrupted, leaving the reason for his initial anger unresolved. A close-up of Crazy War God's face underscores his seething rage, his bared teeth showcasing his aggressive nature. Mu Shen and Ting Shuiwen then have a conversation, with Mu Shen seemingly contemplating a plan before a large tower. There's a sense of uncertainty about their next course of action, with the lead character possibly debating the risks involved. A cute chibi-style depiction shows Mu Shen playfully teasing Ting Shuiwen, highlighting their evolving relationship. Despite the earlier tension, a more lighthearted dynamic begins to emerge between the protagonist and the female character. Ting Shuiwen hurries away, looking back at Mu Shen. Her expression is uncertain, suggesting a mixture of annoyance and intrigue at the protagonist's actions. Mu Shen receives a quest from an old village chief. The text clearly outlines the mission: to kill 30 enchanted mummies in the Green Forest and return their bandages. Mu Shen levels up after receiving the quest, showcasing his growth and progression in the game world. The image depicts a bright, magical aura surrounding him, symbolizing his advancement. His character attributes are shown, revealing he is a level 4 mage with decent stats. Mu Shen sets out on his quest, a determined look on his back. He's about to undertake a dangerous mission, foreshadowing the upcoming challenges and battles. Mu Shen looks shocked by something unexpected. This foreshadows a dangerous encounter or a twist in the ongoing adventure. Mu Shen has an idea. This indicates he's quickly adapting and strategizing to tackle the mission. The image depicts a light bulb moment. He's then knocked to the ground by the village chief. Mu Shen receives a permanent buff from the village chief. This upgrade enhances his stats, providing a significant advantage in the upcoming battles. Mu Shen, greedy for more power, then asks for another reward from the village chief. Mu Shen begins to lose health as he enters a dark, swampy area. The display of health loss indicates the start of a dangerous part of the quest. The village chief's blessing activates and replenishes his health. This highlights the buff's usefulness and the importance of in-game help. Mu Shen proceeds to head deeper into the Green Forest, showing his resolve. Mu Shen encounters 2 warriors and several enchanted mummies in the depths of the forest. One of the warriors is quickly subdued and bound by enchanted mummies. The other warrior is then also defeated and the other warriors run away, indicating that the protagonist has to deal with the enemies alone. Mu Shen then faces the mummies alone. A close-up of the enchanted mummies with glowing red eyes further emphasizes their menacing nature. The enchanted mummies' stats are displayed, giving the reader information about their strength. This further provides detail on the scale of Mu Shen's challenge. Mu Shen observes the situation, calculating his next move. His focused expression emphasizes the strategic nature of the battle ahead. Mu Shen prepares to attack using his fiery staff. The protagonist uses his fiery staff to attack the enchanted mummies, showing powerful magical skills. The scene indicates the start of the main battle. The lead character's offensive spells cause massive damage, demonstrating his growing power. Mu Shen continues his powerful attack against the enemies, showing his agility and skill. The illustration showcases a rapid and intense sequence of actions. Mu Shen uses a clever tactic to trap and defeat the enchanted mummies. The clever strategy is a display of tactical thinking and demonstrates competence in overcoming challenges. Mu Shen uses his staff to secure the bandages from the defeated enemies. He successfully completes the quest to collect the mummies' bandages. This signifies a pivotal moment in the progression of the story and highlights the quest's importance. An in-game announcement appears, revealing a special bounty: defeat 100 players who mocked the alchemist. This opens up new avenues for progression and conflict within the game. Mu Shen displays his smug expression as he contemplates the quest, showcasing his self-confidence. The protagonist then confidently holds his staff, anticipating the coming challenges. Mu Shen then uses a new powerful ability, initiating a fiery meteor shower. The wide-range attack showcases his powerful skill and its ability to decimate multiple enemies. The intense meteor shower continues. Mu Shen obtains a new skill book called Shattered Stars. The image showcases the acquisition of a powerful ability, signifying a step up in the protagonist's power. The skill book's description is presented, detailing its effects: increased attack power and a chance to ignore the enemy's defense. Mu Shen uses Shattered Stars against the remaining mummies, initiating a fiery barrage of attacks. A world chat shows many players are dying fighting the mummies, underlining the dangers and creating empathy for other players. Crazy War God and his team prepare for a quest. The team is shown to be preparing to start their own battle, setting up a future conflict. Crazy War God motivates his team, showcasing his leadership and ambitious nature. His aggressive demeanor reveals the competitive spirit that prevails in this gaming world. The anti-hero and his guild observe from afar. Crazy War God displays his arrogant and condescending attitude towards other players. The baddie points out a mummy, readying for battle. The image highlights his preparedness for conflict and foreshadows confrontation. Crazy War God and his team are attacked by Mu Shen's fiery attack, showing devastating power and strategic planning. Crazy War God's shocked and angry expression underscores the devastating effects of the protagonist's counterattack. Bad Boy and his team are overwhelmed by Mu Shen's attack. Mu Shen's fiery attack successfully deals substantial damage, resulting in multiple kills. Mu Shen's skill, Shattered Stars, is extremely effective. This marks a crucial turning point, showcasing the skill's devastating effect in Mu Shen's mastery. Mu Shen sits and rests after a successful battle, showcasing his composure and skill. He looks satisfied after a hard-fought battle. Mu Shen obtains a new skill book, Wind Shadow, an improved skill. This continues to show his character development, progress, and growing arsenal of powerful skills. The details of Wind Shadow are revealed. Enhanced movement speed and a defensive shield. Mu Shen's eyes glow with blue energy, showcasing the power of the new skill. The close-up accentuates the magical aura associated with his new ability. The swamp area serves as the setting for future events. The backdrop introduces a change of location and the potential for new challenges ahead. Mu Shen encounters other player characters, and a powerful female player leads a team. This marks the introduction of new characters and potential allies and rivals. The team of other players, Death Song, Pale Ghost, Fisheye, and Elegy of the Undead, is introduced, indicating a team that may be both allies and opponents. Her expression suggests a complex and strategic nature. She is eyeing Mu Shen. Her expression suggests a keen interest in, or possible rivalry with, the lead character. This sets the stage for a possible future confrontation between Mu Shen and the powerful female player. The girl uses her powerful magic, easily eliminating a foe. Charming Lady assesses the situation, showing tactical thinking. The expression suggests she's formulating her next move. The beauty is searching for Mu Shen. This sets up a future confrontation, highlighting her interest in the protagonist. Death Song's team discusses their next move, highlighting their strategic thinking. The female protagonist team awaits their next move, clearly planning to attack. Mad God of War and his team taunt Mu Shen via the in-game chat. The man is still furious, seeking revenge against Mu Shen. The story continues with Tingshui Wan, a powerful level 4 character, alongside her teammates Tingshui Shasha, level 3, and Tingshui Xiao 2, level 4. Wan confidently asserts that mere noise is useless, setting a tone of strength and competence for her character. Next, we see Madman, the antagonist, a level 2 warrior, looking stressed and surrounded by his weaker level 1 teammates. Tingshui Wan is shown studying an ancient book, a glowing aura emanating from its pages. She's researching, and she has a plan. Suddenly, the action shifts. Madman is shown spinning wildly, seemingly out of control, as Tingshui Shasha watches. The protagonist is making a move. A mysterious figure in a dark cloak and wielding a staff with a glowing crystal appears, instantly identified as Mu Shen, the lead character. He appears strong and mysterious. Madman angrily confronts Mu Shen, his finger pointed accusingly. A confrontation is about to begin. Mu Shen's character attributes are displayed. He's level 4, a mage, and his experience is 41%. His skills are about to be put to use. Mu Shen casually holds a small object, a confident smile on his face. The ensuing battle begins. Mu Shen unleashes a devastating magic attack, causing a swirl of energy around him. The Madman team, surrounded by the effect, appears shocked and threatened. The protagonist's skills are far more advanced than his opponents imagined. A close-up shows Mu Shen's sharp gaze and confident expression. Mu Shen is again facing Madman and his crew, who are visibly angry. The Madman group, wielding large axes, prepares for another attack. This shows their determination, even in the face of Mu Shen's immense power. Madman's face shows a sudden moment of bewildered laughter. The sudden shift in emotion indicates that something unexpected has occurred, perhaps another one of Mu Shen's attacks. The Madman's confidence is broken once more. Mu Shen subtly adjusts his earpiece, a knowing look on his face. He is aware of something his opponents don't know. Tingshui Wan and another woman discuss Madman, with Wan clearly concerned by Mu Shen's actions. The warrior skillfully uses his staff in combat, engaging in agile movements. He is not relying on just magical abilities. The fight continues. Mu Shen unleashes fiery projectiles, creating chaos among the madmen. This emphasizes his formidable magical abilities. The fight is fierce, but Mu Shen remains in control. The madmen try to defend with shields, but Mu Shen's flames overpower them. The shields break, causing more chaos and showing the effectiveness of Mu Shen's attack. The protagonist's power is too much for the madmen. A fierce battle ensues, with Mu Shen's staff clashing against Madman's axe. Mu Shen effortlessly overpowers the madman. Madman is shown taking a heavy blow from Mu Shen. This further shows the dramatic difference in power between the protagonist and the antagonist. The madman is unable to defend against Mu Shen's attacks. The protagonist's attack creates another massive explosion. The effect shows Madman's weakened state and inability to put up much of a fight. Then, Mu Shen is shown to have dealt a few million points of damage to Madman. This reinforces Mu Shen's exceptional offensive power. His level of skill in battle is exceptionally high. Madman is shown to be on the run, leaving Mu Shen unsatisfied. This scene indicates that Mu Shen is aiming for a more definitive victory. He does not intend to let Madman escape. Madman is utterly defeated and exhausted, watching as Mu Shen leaves. This emphasizes the protagonist's complete dominance in the battle. This player is defeated, completely. Mu Shen is lauded as a new idol. This scene emphasizes the protagonist's rising popularity and recognition within the game's community. His skill in battle garners him popularity. Tingxue Wan observes Mu Shen from a distance, her face subtly revealing her intrigue. She's impressed. The story shows messages celebrating Mu Shen for completing a challenging quest. This highlights the protagonist's exceptional achievements and growing reputation within the game world. Mu Shen's fame is growing. Other players marvel at Mu Shen's prowess. A side character, casually eating, watches Mu Shen's achievements on a digital screen. This scene is a contrast to the action-packed scenes, showing that news of Mu Shen's victories spreads rapidly in the game's world. A female mage is shown having completed most of her own quest. Her progress suggests she's also skilled in the game world. She has some determination. This female mage is shown thinking about Mu Shen. Another scene shows Mu Shen sneezing. This is a lighthearted break from the intense action and provides some comedic relief. Mu Shen playfully interacts with Tingxue Wan. This moment develops a bond between them. Their relationship is beginning. Mu Shen shows Tingxue Wan his newly acquired loot. This scene reveals the lead character's resourcefulness and implies he has a hidden motive. He's gaining powerful items. Tingxue Wan is shown to be fascinated by Mu Shen. This highlights Wan's admiration for Mu Shen. A deeper connection is forming. The hero extends his hand in friendship to Tingxue Wan. This gesture creates a more intimate moment and reinforces the forming friendship. They're becoming close. Tingxue Wan accepts Mu Shen's gesture, accepting his friendship. They are forming a partnership. The madmen regroup, vowing revenge on Mu Shen. This sets up future conflict and highlights the impact Mu Shen has on the game world. They're coming after him. Madman is shown fuming at the thought of Mu Shen. The scene demonstrates how significant a threat Mu Shen is to the madman group. He is hated. Our hero teases Madman, while simultaneously acknowledging the madman's plans. Mu Shen stands confidently in Death Swamp. The scene displays Mu Shen's confidence and his determination to undertake perilous tasks. He shows little fear. Game chat messages show Mu Shen's public command to his guild. This scene highlights Mu Shen's leadership within his guild and the effect he has on the game's community. Our player rests against a tree, observing. This demonstrates Mu Shen's calm and strategic approach to challenges. He plans his next steps. Mu Shen's face shows irritation after being hit. This brief display of emotion shows that even the protagonist can become frustrated. Our prota proudly showcases a new quest to other players. This reveals Mu Shen's competence and planning abilities. He's in charge. Mu Shen strains to complete the quest. This shows the challenges he faces and the physical strain of battle. The quest is difficult. Our player, with the quest almost complete, sits upon a floating platform. This symbolizes his strength and his success in the quest. He is a true leader. The special boots Mu Shen has earned are shown. This highlights the rewards he's gotten from completing the challenging quest. He's successful. Other players comment on the difficulty of the quest. He is outstanding. Mu Shen high-fives his teammates. This demonstrates team spirit and the protagonist's sense of camaraderie. He works well with others. The lead character asks if anyone else is hungry. A small humorous scene to show that he is not only exceptionally powerful but also a person. He has ordinary desires. The news of Mu Shen's achievements is shown broadcasting throughout the city. Mu Shen eats a burger while checking his phone. This is a further shift from intense action and shows that even the protagonist needs a break and enjoys ordinary life. He's not just a character. Mu Shen enjoys his burger while checking his phone. A woman is shown observing our boy. This scene implies that Mu Shen's success draws attention from various people. He is a target. The woman is shown to be attractive and stylish. Her appearance is a contrast to the more serious scenes of the game. This again shows Mu Shen's wide effect on others. The pretty woman and Mu Shen enjoying a meal together. The story continues with Mu Shen, our charming protagonist, enjoying a casual drink. He appears relaxed and perhaps unaware of the adventure that awaits him. Their interaction foreshadows a complex relationship. The woman, whose name we learn later, announces she's leaving, and Mu Shen observes her departure. Eren is then shown with a group of friends. She's clearly a popular figure, and their lively atmosphere provides a contrast to the impending danger within the game. Suddenly, the scene shifts to a virtual reality game environment showing a chaotic soccer match. Later, in a celebratory atmosphere, Mu Shen is gifting Eren a present. This shows a budding relationship between the two main characters and provides a moment of levity before the intense conflict to come. After their celebratory moment, Eren is shown watching Mu Shen walking away. The scene shows a romantic tension between the main characters. The protagonist takes a serious expression, hinting at the gravity of the situation unfolding within the virtual reality game. Mu Shen is shown comfortably seated inside a high-tech pod, highlighting the advanced technology in the manhwa's universe. His relaxed posture, however, suggests he remains in control of the situation, even in the face of unknown dangers. The main hero examines a ring closely, a potential magical artifact or a key to unlocking certain abilities. Mu Shen stands before a worried group of players, establishing him as a leader in this virtual realm. Our player appears as a powerful figure on a live gaming stream, providing strategic advice to his teammates. This scene illustrates his proficiency within the virtual world and his role as a respected leader in this manhwa's setting. The 100,000 likes showcase his immense popularity and skill among gamers. Two commentators provide commentary on the virtual event. Their presence confirms the real-world viewer's interest and emphasizes the impact of this in-game crisis. The scene shifts to the game world, where a massive chef-like figure has been rendered, revealing the game's heightened realism. The virtual reality game world is shown with increased realism, causing immense fear among the players. The protagonist's face is shown from the side with a thoughtful expression. The intensity in his eyes emphasizes the seriousness of the events unfolding. Mu Shen is questioning the identity of a powerful-looking figure, seemingly a village chief, in the game. An elderly man with a large book appears, perhaps a wise mentor or a magical guide for Mu Shen and his team. An ethereal energy streams from the book to the players, boosting their abilities or providing a temporary advantage. A group of warriors faces a formidable foe, emphasizing the intensity of the conflict. The sound of the approaching enemy creates suspense, emphasizing the threat posed by this powerful opponent. A lone warrior confronts the enemy, setting the stage for an epic showdown. Another warrior launches a powerful attack, demonstrating his strength and skill. The team is depicted in the midst of a fierce battle, showcasing their combined powers. The coordinated efforts of the characters highlight the importance of teamwork. A monstrous treant is shown ensnaring a player, increasing the tension. The battle intensifies as multiple treants attack the players, demonstrating the full scope of the conflict. The coordinated attack of multiple treants emphasizes the extreme danger and escalating threat to the player characters. This scene shows the need for immediate intervention by Mu Shen. Many treants are shown attacking the town, displaying a widespread assault. Players observe the widespread attack on their virtual town via live feed. The display showcases the sheer scale of the threat and heightens the urgency of the situation. Numerous trees are set ablaze, showing a large-scale disaster. The blaze continues to spread, highlighting the extent of the destruction. The visuals intensify the dramatic tension, showing the rapid escalation of the situation. The manhwa successfully showcases the fear and concern of the player characters. Several treants are frozen, a sign of a powerful counterattack. The visual effect of the freezing showcases the magical abilities at play. The team rejoices in a brief moment of victory, highlighting the camaraderie of the players. The relief on their faces marks a moment of respite and success in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds. The protagonist turns his back, hinting at a further transformation or preparation for a more powerful attack. The lead warrior drinks a mysterious potion, suggesting an enhancement of his abilities. This potion could enhance his strength, grant new abilities, or provide a crucial advantage in the upcoming battle. The hero's attack shows his raw power, showcasing his combat skills and magical prowess. Mu Shen effortlessly fights the tree ants, demonstrating his superior skills. The team celebrates another victory, showcasing their combined strength. Mu Shen shows a confident grin, suggesting his readiness for the challenges ahead. Warlocks show a coordinated attack, emphasizing teamwork and strategy. The combined attack displays their strength and tactical prowess. The action creates a dynamic and exciting visual narrative. Mu Shen is shown looking on as his team attacks, showcasing his strategic mind. The boss Trent unleashes a powerful attack, showing the threat's formidable power. Treant's attack creates a massive blast of energy, escalating the battle further. The giant Trent god is revealed in its terrifying form. The size and power of the Trent god showcase the ultimate threat to the game's players and their world. The scene successfully creates awe and fear in the viewers. Mu Shen is shown with his team as the Trent god approaches, showing a moment of preparation. The tension is building as our hero and his team prepare to face the ultimate threat. This illustrates the impending confrontation. Mu Shen confidently points at himself, suggesting self-belief and readiness. Lead player and Aaron share a confident look, emphasizing the strength of their collaboration. Aaron rallies the warlocks, showcasing her leadership skills in this crucial moment. The team engages the enemy in a coordinated attack. Main character observes the team's ongoing efforts. The boss Trent unleashes a devastating attack. The overwhelming power of the attack shows the true threat that Mu Shen and his team face. The story continues with a formidable, tree-like creature, the tree god's revenge, unleashing its wrath. The good boy unleashes his final attack, a powerful strike against the Trent god. Next, we see the incredibly fast movement of the lead character, Mu Shen, as he gracefully maneuvers amidst the creature's attacks. The central character, Mu Shen, unleashes a fiery attack with his spear against the tree god's revenge. The tree god's revenge retaliates, engulfing itself in flames and launching fiery projectiles at Mu Shen. The intense heat and energy of the attack showcase the boss's devastating power. Mu Shen is clearly in danger. The protagonist continues his aerial assault, dodging the fiery onslaught of the tree god's revenge. Despite the intense battle, Mu Shen maintains composure and displays mastery over his movements. He is determined to defeat this formidable enemy. The tree god's revenge is heavily damaged by Mu Shen's persistent attacks, suffering multiple explosive impacts. This signifies Mu Shen's skillful combat and his ability to exploit weaknesses. The image shows a considerable amount of damage to the tree god's revenge, hinting at an impending victory. The tree god's revenge is seemingly defeated, and Mu Shen stands victorious. The dramatic visual effects and vibrant colors enhance the impactful moment. It shows the culmination of the protagonist's efforts and abilities. Mu Shen's victory is celebrated, with a system announcement declaring his global achievement. The news of Mu Shen's triumph spreads rapidly through the online gaming world. His victory is noticed by many players, and he receives significant acclaim. Mu Shen is celebrated for his victory, with a system message announcing his attainment of level 9. The image displays a system message reflecting his in-game advancement. He is rapidly leveling up. Mu Shen discovers a powerful artifact, the Death God's Handbone, which shows great potential. The requirements for activating the Death God's Handbone are revealed. The lead character is ready to activate it. The activation process begins, with the artifact's energy swirling around Mu Shen. A female player notices that a mysterious buff, Death's Gaze, has affected multiple players, including herself. This adds a new layer to the story, and indicates a hidden aspect to the game. The image emphasizes this new status effect and indicates the beginning of a new phase. The Death's Gaze buff causes widespread chaos among the players, who are now under its effects. Players find themselves losing health without respawning, indicating a unique challenge within the game. The female player, noticing her continued health loss, begins to understand the scope of this new threat. The image displays her concern and the gravity of this event, adding to the suspense. This is a serious new threat to the game. The protagonist, Mu Shen, finds himself deep in the forest, now also affected by Death's Gaze, under a mysterious effect. A menacing pair of crimson eyes appear, foreshadowing a greater threat, the Death God. The mysterious eyes signify an imminent confrontation with a much more dangerous opponent. The ominous presence grows larger, revealing a horrifying entity, the Death God. The ominous appearance intensifies the foreboding atmosphere and hints at an even more epic confrontation. Mu Shen confronts the horrifying gaze of the Death God, realizing its true nature. The protagonist realizes the full scope of the danger he is facing, signifying the climax of the story. The Death God's Handbone activation continues, and Mu Shen grapples with the overwhelming power. This image shows the increasing power of the Death God's Handbone as it is activated. The death god manifests fully, revealing its terrifying form. The imposing figure sets the stage for a final confrontation, enhancing the dramatic tension. The death god offers Mu Shen a chance to join its side, presenting a crucial dilemma. This creates a moral conflict for the protagonist, forcing him to make a significant choice. This choice affects the fate of humanity. The system details the benefits and consequences of joining the death god's side. The offer presents a massive power upgrade at the cost of betraying humanity. Mu Shen contemplates the intense ramifications of the death god's offer. The decision to join the death god's forces presents a moral dilemma for the protagonist, setting the stage for a future confrontation with significant consequences. Mu Shen struggles with his decision, wrestling with the implications of his choice. The emotional weight of the decision is evident in his facial expression. This image enhances the suspense. The manhwa ends with Mu Shen still in the process of making a momentous decision, leaving the reader in anticipation.